Hello, my name is Alex, and I'm here to do an all signs reading. This is for all signs, all placements. Take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. So let's start out with Aries. Whether you are an Aries or you're dealing with an Aries, let's see what's going on with your energy with Aries. Four of Cups, Justice, Seven of Swords, ooh, Knight of Cups, and Nine of Cups. So somebody's hiding their feelings. It's almost like they don't want to let them out unless they know how the other person feels. God, that was really quick. King of Cups. This could be Aries, Scorpio, Aries, Pisces, Aries, Libra, right? And I feel like if it's a Scorpio involved, Scorpio is the one who has feelings. Scorpio is trying to figure out if Aries has the same feelings for Scorpio. Aries does tend to be a very stoic sign, so they don't just jump out with their emotions. I kind of feel like you or someone may have to prove themselves to Aries before Aries will actually open up. King of Wands. Yeah, this could be some sort of ship, relationship, situationship, friendship, right? And I kind of feel like somebody is growing feelings, but they don't know if they should express them to Aries because they don't know how Aries feels. You can flip it around. Aries has these feelings. Aries doesn't know to open up. Aries unsure of how someone else feels. So I would just kind of say to you, it's supposed to be a happy ending. You have the Fool here. I would just say give your Aries some time, maybe within a month of consistency and security, Aries will come around. Yeah, I know. My angels just also said too, Aries definitely is a sign where you do have to prove yourselves to them. Because Aries doesn't invest in, the shallow or, non-meaningful. Okay. So Aries is looking for meaning. All right. Taurus. There you are, Taurus. Hey. Okay. All right. We got two. Okay, Taurus, you're about to meet either a Sagittarius, another Taurus. Oh, God. Child, that is obsession. Whew. Infatuation. I feel like, Taurus, you're about to meet either a Virgo or a Pisces, maybe a Capricorn or Sag, or they have those signs in their chart. I feel like this situation is going to start off very hot, heavy, and steamy. And I feel like that's right up your alley, Taurus. I feel like you like a little, burn and sting to it. I feel like whatever this situation is going to be a little different than you're used to. Oh, my angels just said some of you could be married, maybe getting a divorce or starting a third party. No judgment. Um, yeah, it kind of feels like you got your eyes set on somebody. You're obsessing over somebody. I'm hearing you have to have this person. Maybe the person is married. And I feel like you're just waiting for an opportunity to make your feelings known. I feel like this feels like a love at first sight, like you feel like you've met your person or you met someone who you want to marry or spend a significant amount of time with. I feel like you've been thinking about this person day and night, or they're thinking about you. You can't take your mind off of it. You can't wait to see this person again. You can't wait for you guys to be together. It's everything this person, Taurus. Like I feel like a lot of you right now are obsessing over someone. Again, feels like a Virgo, or Sag or Capricorn or Pisces, or any of those signs in their chart. And I would just say to you, slow down, right? Proceed with caution to an extent. Because it could prove to be very overwhelming and stressful at any moment. All right. So that is Taurus. Let's do Gemini, the twins. Hey, Gemini. Gemini. What do we have for Gemini? Okay. We got sticky cards for Gemini. Oh, Lord. Deception. Ten of Swords. Come on. Those are air. Happiness. And there you are, Gemini. Knight of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like you are chasing happiness. I feel like you're chasing happiness with people, right? Friendships, relationships, situationships. It's almost like you're scraping the bottom of the barrel, trying to be as happy as you want to be. But I feel like to an extent you're looking in the wrong place. I feel like a budding career, owning your own business, making your own money. I feel like that's where you're happiest, because people tend to deceive you. They lie, they cheat, they steal, they, show you who they are, and then, turn out to be horrible people, right? And for a lot of you, you actually put up with it. Well, the universe is saying, kind of work on yourself, work on developing, building, enhancing, whether it's a product, a service, your company, your business, whatever, or yourself. Okay. And I feel like, yeah, I'm just going to say this, Gemini. I feel like for a lot of you, at least for right now, 2 months, right? This month and the next 2 months, you should be more so focused on your career, your money, your business, more so than a person. Just simply because if you have an air of desperation to make yourself happy, to be happy, to make someone else happy, law of attraction is going to take that and project it out, as in the desperation part. You know what I mean? And you're going to attract more experiences that further enhances the desperation, not the happiness part, right? You open up with the 7 of Swords and the 10 of Swords, the 17 breaking down to an 8. So I kind of feel like, again, there's a lot of manipulation. There's a lot of outsmarting. There's a lot of forcing. There's a lot of working hard, right? There's a lot of intellectual, mental energy that's being placed towards something in your life, and the end result is supposed to be happy, but all it's doing is promoting more of this energy. 7 of Swords, 10 of Swords. So I kind of feel like with the 8 of Pentacles, it's like, wait, stop. Let's get down to the bottom of everything. What really matters to me? What do I really want? How can I make myself happy? Who's the most important person in this whole scenario? You, Gemini. So if I were a lot of you, I would just take a beat, to kind of take a pause and maybe look into what and who is valuable in your life. And I would start to build off of that. All right, let's see. Cancer Dancer. Cancer. Ooh, 10 of Swords. Ooh, this Hierophant is coming out. You're over-sacrificing for something, whether it's a marriage or a relationship. I feel like you're looking for some sort of, yeah, you're looking, this is Taurus in here too. Okay, I feel like something is coming to an end for you, Cancer, and it feels like a marriage and or a relationship. But I feel like you're looking for any sort of spark. Angels are also saying too, some of you are also looking to see if this person is cheating or has a third party. It's almost like if you're not, I feel like Cancer, you're saying this. If you're not happy with me, if you're not spending time with me, if you're not having fun with me, who are you having that fun with? And whomever that is, I'm going to find out. For a lot of you, you could have been watching a lot of tarot readings. You could have got psychic readings on this person. But I kind of feel like you're wondering where the love is going in your relationship if you're not the recipient. I also feel like there is a gross imbalance in your relationship, where it's to an extent you're paying more attention to them, trying to make them happy, trying to figure them out, and they're not extending the same in return. Yeah, 3 of Pentacles. Now, I would say to you, Cancer, This Three of Pentacles to me is saying to me, baby, you need to find an outside activity that makes you happy in whatever the situation is. Now, I'm not saying go and get you a little cut buddy. I'm saying you go play pickleball or take up painting, right? Or, travel more, join a travel club. You know what I mean? This Three of Pentacles is find something that works for you, right? If, as an example, you're not ready to give up on the situation, say it's your job and you're overextending yourself and people pleasing and trying to be there for everybody at the job, and you just keep getting burnt over and over and over. Universe is saying, hey, why don't you get a job on the side? Or why don't you look for another job? Or why don't you find a hobby on the side that won't make your present job so bad? I hope that makes sense. But I kind of feel like whatever situation that you're in right now, Cancer, you're doing too much. You're doing way too much. All right. Leo. Leo, what's going on with you, boo-boo? Ooh, that's you, Leo, the Sun card. Ooh, double Leo. Six of Pentacles. Your passions and your dreams. Okay, nice. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's double Gemini and Virgo. Cancer. So May and June. I feel like for you, Leo, if you're going to start something, May, June, July. I would start it in May, June, or July. Whether it's investing, I feel like, in all honesty, it's a new car, a new vehicle. It could be travel. And I feel like May, June, or July is a good time to either start planning or actually initiating this. Why is this so important to Leo? Oh, you have another opportunity coming to you. You know something, Leo? I kind of feel like, as opposed to, instead of your message being about love, relationships, and human interaction, I feel like the universe is saying to you, you're going to have a stroke of luck or a stroke of opportunity headed your way in May, June, or July, right? I feel like you could make an investment in something and the return on investment is cosmic. Okay, you open with the Sun, which is you. King of Wands is you, right? I feel like right now a lot of you are passionate and you're only interested in placing your energy in positions where there's some sort of return, right? I'm only interested in being around people who are happy like me, or I'm only interested in being around like-minded people who are as ambitious as I am, right? To me, it kind of feels like you're moving into or are in a birds of a feather type of energy. And I feel like if it's May, June, or July, you're going to get around that right person who could provide you with some sort of financial tip. And that financial tip is going to blow up. Yeah, look at that. 8 of Pentacles. And it's weird because angels are showing me like the movie Jobs, the one with Ashton Kutcher. I think that was the name of that movie. I know they made a couple. But it just kind of feels like you're going to get some sort of financial tip that's going to set you off into a very nicely secure place in your life. Okay? Good Leo. That is so freaking cool. Virgo. Hi, Virgo. Let's see what's going on for Virgo in the universe. I'm hearing, I don't know who this could possibly resonate with, but angels just said a dark cloud. The dark cloud of Virgo. So I don't know if some of you are... Well, no, these are good cards. Justice, Queen of Ace of Pentacles. That's the Knight of Cups. Some of you could be focusing on family right now instead of love. I feel like that's going to pay off for you. Because I feel like it's so weird, especially in the universe. Anytime we give up and it's like, I'm not dating no more. And the universe sends you like 5, compatible partners. You know what I mean? So this Two of Swords to me is almost like you swearing off or, you know, canceling something. I'm not interested in the Two of Cups. And the universe is like, here's a cup, right? Here's an opportunity. I know that's a pentacle, but the universe is like, here. Yeah, the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, Two of Cups. So angels are also saying too, for some of you, if you are commitment oriented, like you date with a purpose and you want to be married, so you don't have time for the shucking and jiving of casual dating. You want to meet, you know, again, date with purpose. I feel like this is basically saying now that you are in alignment with that, so we're going to start bringing you more quality people, right? I feel like for some of you, if you are commitment oriented, I feel like, again, the universe has a sense of humor. It's sending you 4 people at a time, right? And I feel like the universe is trying to lift that veil of you being so commitment oriented and saying, listen, just have some fun. You don't have to get married right now, next week, next month. Just have some fun, right? Because I feel like by you having fun, Virgo, is really going to draw in that person that you really want. That Two of Cups, that equally yoked person, okay? Because one thing I want to explain to you, Virgo, is this. If you're having fun right now, you're vibrating at a fun vibration. And you're going to attract somebody who likes to laugh, who likes to joke, who likes to let their hair down. They like to travel. They like to partake in extracurricular activities. Okay? But if you are, if you're having fun, if you are heavily committed, only focusing on commitment, then the universe is going to send you people you can commit to, but it feels like it's going to be more of a business transaction versus a fun, flirty, you know, emotional transaction. So I would say to you, Virgo, especially when it comes to your love life, have fun. Okay? Have fun and manage and invest in your vibration. Don't worry about the person. Work on the vibration. Because if you feel good, if you are happy, if you are satisfied, if you feel safe, if you are taken care of, then at that vibration is when you can draw in that person. You don't have to worry about the people you're meeting and the casual dating. You don't have to worry about that stuff because you'll already be vibrating at it. I hope it makes sense. That one didn't really come out too clear for me, so I'm just going to summarize again for you, Virgo. If you're interested in meeting someone and having a lifelong partner, the universe is saying, hey, don't focus on the lifelong part of it. The universe is saying, hey, just go out and have fun, right? By you having fun and enjoying yourself, that's going to actually attract that lifelong partner. Boom. I feel like there it is. All right. So that is Virgo. Let's move on to Leo. Not Leo, Libra, the other L zodiac sign. Libra. What's going on? Ooh, 4 cups. That is Page of Pentacles. Oh, wow. The Emperor, the 3 of Swords. This is crazy with the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, Libra, this feels like another one like Leo. It's weird that I called out Leo, but this feels financial also. I kind of feel like for now, maybe a lot of you are out of work. Maybe unemployment is running out. Or you're in a position at a job or a business or something and you're looking to do something else, but you don't know what else you could do. I feel like you could have something that's going to come in to help you decide which path to take next. So as an example, if you're on your job and you're like, hey, I want to surf for a living, right? Then this kind of feels like a layoff. Do not question me about how the universe works, but the universe is in the business of creation and expansion. So it's almost like if let there be passion. Once there is passion, the universe is going to pave a way for you to, kind of head towards that passion. So I feel right now with the Four of Cups, yeah, things kind of seem very routine, very mundane, and I feel like there's a new opportunity that's going to come along. Along with this new opportunity, you're going to have to, leave something, leave a job. You're going to have to break somebody's heart. You're going to have to break a routine. You're going to have to come out of your comfort zone. But I feel like with the Four of Pentacles, it feels like, Four of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Seven of Wands. To me, it kind of feels like it may not be easy, but it's definitely going to be worth it, right? So whatever this is, I don't know if this is a relationship. I don't think it is, but I feel like it's something related to your finances. I feel like right now, I like that. Right now, it feels safe. Maybe you're in your comfort zone, but when you're in your comfort zone, you're desiring more. Well, here comes a new opportunity, but it's going to require for you to leave your comfort zone. And that's going to feel uncomfortable, right? But angels just said when we are shifting from one comfort zone to the next comfort zone, it does feel uncomfortable, right? Because every place that you land, eventually you become comfortable and or familiar with it. So the Seven of Wands, I kind of feel like for you, Libra, it's just a matter of going from one safety net to another safety net to another safety net to finally feeling safe. But the safety and security and stability is coming. You have 3 4s here. That breaks down to a 3. I feel like it's you, your goal, and then your action to get there. That's the third party. And at least for right now, it kind of feels like you're slacking and lacking when it comes to the actions to get to the new place of comfort. Okay, Scorpio. Let me pull out your Radiant Wise Spirit. I typically don't cleanse my cards, but these cards need to be baptized. Ooh, star card. Ooh. Sorry if that came out wonky in the mic. What's going on with the star card? Angel said exploration. 5 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles. Scorpio. Oh, Page of Pentacles. Oh, Fool card. Oh, and the journey into the unknown. Oh, the Page of Cups. Okay, so I'm getting real excited. I feel like this is your current energy, the 5 of Cups. I feel like you're focusing on something that's bringing you down. I feel like you don't need to stay there. I feel like you shouldn't be focused on the 3 Cups. I feel like you should turn around and focus on what has your back, what's at your back, as in your support system. So for a lot of you, you could have encountered some sort of disappointment in your current life. But angels are saying there's still hope, right? And I feel like if you more so focus, angel said, dust yourself off, pick yourself back up, a new opportunity is going to come in. So as an example, if you wanted to buy a house or a condo or a penthouse, and you had your heart set on this one penthouse and you didn't get it, you weren't approved for it, the seller accepted another offer, you experienced great disappointment. Universe is like, keep looking. And this just came out in one of your other readings. Keep going. Because I feel like the more you press, right, the more determined you are, the more tenacious. That's one of your characteristics. Scorpio does not give up. Scorpio does not die, right? Scorpio transforms, right? Other signs die. Scorpio goes from caterpillar to butterfly, right? Scorpio does not quit. But I kind of feel like whatever this was, yeah, it brought you down. But angels are saying take the necessary time to mourn whatever this loss or disappointment was. But at the end of the day, get back at it, because you have a secret, unknown opportunity that's coming your way, and that's about to make you very happy. You got the Three of Pentacles, page and Three of Pentacles. This is something that's revenue generating, or something that's going to help boost your energy back up, raise your confidence, raise your self-esteem, raise your cosmic value. So you are happy again. So you are normalized. Seven of Swords and Five of Pentacles. You got to do whatever it takes, Scorpio, not to camp out in your dark energy. That's what the universe is trying to avoid most often. Most of all, because when you go dark, everybody goes dark. The universe goes dark. So the universe is like, again, brush it off, get back out there. All right. Sagittarius. This must be a good reading, Sag, because your cards are going all crazy. All right, Sagittarius. What do we have for Sagittarius? Oh, look at that. What'd I say? The Sun card. Eight of Wands. Ooh, good. The Hermit. Three of Swords. So some of y'all have been taking time out to heal and to get over some sort of broken heart or sad event. Well, look at that. The Chariot with the Ten of Pentacles with the Six of Pentacles. So, Sagittarius. After some sort of resting period, some sort of respite, some sort of period where you spent maybe in solitude, I feel like you're going to have big rewards that come in following, right? Where are we at? We're in April. Some of you could spend the next 6 months maybe keeping to yourself, maybe, having like a low profile, not really communicating with a lot of people. And then you may emerge somewhere around, I said 6 months, 6 and 4 is 10. So October. But I feel like maybe for some of you, you may emerge around July or August. And I feel like whenever you re-emerge, the blessings of Jupiter will reign over you, right? So for some of you, I kind of feel like to an extent, there was some sort of heartbreaking, again, some event that broke your heart or hurt you. And I feel like for some of you, you might have been taking a slow approach to healing. But I feel like, again, you're going to have this quiet period where you can actually really, really, really go within, take a break, take some time out to heal. But I feel like once you're healed, then you'll actually get whatever it is that you want. Now, when we say get whatever it is that you want, we include, that's across the board. That's love, that's money, that's prosperity, that's movement, travel, materialism. I don't care what it is. You got the Ten of Pentacles and the Chariot, right? Some of you may decide to sell your house, buy an RV, right? Sell your house and start traveling. You may want to downgrade. You may want to go from a 4-bedroom house to a condo, right? And once you go from the 4-bedroom to a condo, and you'd spend that time, saying goodbye to the old house and packing up the kids' stuff and, whatever that is. But when you get to the condo and then you start traveling, my God, it feels to me, Sagittarius, like a weight is being lifted, but it's happening in a very, very, very unconditional sense, right? This weight is being lifted through the process of solitude. Now, in my mind, my intellectual mind, I'm like, how the heck could that happen? But in my energetic mind, I know that all of the things that pile down on you and you've been working and doing and getting things done, I know that when you stop, things stop, right? That's how law of attraction works. When you stop scrambling, things stop scrambling to you. Once you kind of sit this one out and decide to take care of you, the universe is like, oh, Sagittarius is taking care of themselves. So let's bring things to Sagittarius that will help them take care of themselves, or let's take care of Sagittarius too. And by the time all of this taking care of yourself is over and done with, baby, party, 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 hardy. Okay. All right, that's Sagittarius. Now we are moving on to Capricorn. We're moving on to Capricorn. Capricorn always has very interesting readings. No, I don't feel like it. I'm not taking those. Capricorn, what's up with you, boo-boo? Y'all always have interesting readings. Two of Cups, lovers. Ooh. Temperance. Taking your time, letting it happen naturally and organically, doing the work. Something is working out. You might have met someone. Oh, you know what this is? Thank you. I heard intuitively that Capricorn, you might have met someone or has now connected with something that traditionally you wouldn't have, right? In other words, you love sports cars, all of a sudden you buy a minivan, right? And you're like, this is so outside of my comfort zone, right? This is like not what I wanted. This does not make me feel good. I don't know why I made this decision, but it's almost like if you just spend some time in whatever this uncomfortable situation is, I feel like you're going to have a changed perspective. And then in the end, it's actually going to pay off. And it's weird because I pulled that card down. But before I could pull that card down, I was going to say it's going to work out in your favor. Right? So, and that's exactly how the universe works. Whatever you don't want to do, the universe is like, do it. You do it. And you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't want this. That's what your situation feels like, Capricorn. Something that the length of time, that's what it is. It's almost like something that took so long, and because it took so long, you're like, yeah, this is not gonna work out. You know what I mean? The universe is like, nope, keep in there, keep at it, keep trying, keep driving that minivan. It's saving you gas, right? And then all of a sudden at the end of the year, you're like, wait a minute, why do I have $9,000 more than I have? Well, you saved $9,000 in gas between the sports car and the minivan. This is just an example. When it comes to your love life, right? I kind of feel like, yeah, maybe you fell in love with someone you felt like you shouldn't have fallen in love with, or someone who is at a distance or not your type or not your age. You know what I mean? And you might have tried to put this person in a friend zone. You might have tried to push them back and be like, listen, yeah, I'm not interested. I'm not going to spend a lot of time, not going to invest a lot. And then all of a sudden, like 7 months later, you're like, holy shit, this person is actually kind of cool, right? Don't you love when that happens, right? As in, you've been looking at one thing for the whole time and you're like, nah, no. And then all of a sudden, one day you're like, wow, he kind of cute, or she kind of cute, or damn, she a little bit intelligent, right? That's what this feels like. Something has a late or later maturity date, right? Something you completely did not expect to work out or mature or you get to the end of or succeed at, you succeed at, right? So Capricorn, yeah, you guys right now, and it's not like you don't know what's going to happen. You feel like you know what's going to happen, but that ain't it. That ain't it. Something else is going to blossom to your surprise and actually work out in your favor, Capricorn. All right, Aquarius. Hey, Aquarius. Sorry if my camera's shaking. This table is shaking and my arm is shaking the camera. Okay, Three of Pentacles. Two of Swords. Page of Swords. Okay, something is not necessarily working out and or gelling. And is it related to love? I feel like something is not working out in your favor and you're trying to focus on something else. Yeah, something that makes you oh, I love it. Ooh, so that's a marriage. Okay, so this to me feels like a breakdown in communication or bad communication, maybe between you and someone else. Could be you and your spouse, you and your partner, husband, lover, whomever, you and your professor, you and your boss. And I kind of feel like the universe is saying to you, shift, work on something else, right? And here's the thing. I don't feel like there has been controversy or conflict, right? Y'all are bumping heads, getting into arguments. I just feel like you have two different communication styles. You know what I mean? Or you have just not been talking all together. For some of you, it's 2 months, right? Some of you, it's 3 months. And with the Three of Pentacles, it's like, something is not working. I can't see this working. You know what I mean? So let me go ahead and apply to school. Let me go ahead and reach out to this Taurus. Let me go ahead and send a message. Okay? Or let me go ahead and shift my focus to someone or something else. And when you do that, Aquarius, god damn, it pays off. You got the Sun, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. I kind of feel like when you start loving you, the universe starts loving you. When you start focusing on what makes you happy, the universe starts sending you more stuff for you to focus on to make you happy, right? Yeah. I kind of feel like there could have been high focus or hyper focus on some area of your life. I'm not just going to default it to a marriage or a relationship or what have you. For some of you, it could be. But I feel like there's been a high focus on it. It's not working out. Communication is not working right. It's still blocked. We're not talking. We're not communicating. Let me just take a break, or let me just give up, or shut it down. And let me put my focus on something else. And one thing that I know for sure, I know it as, just like the skin on my body. When you are focused on one thing, okay, all of your blessings, the good things that's supposed to happen, the karma, the happiness, the joy, that's overflowing, right? But because you're over here focused on this one thing, you can't align with what's coming in, okay? But once you shift focus, then all that stuff that was coming in, it all comes at once. And that's why you're happier, you feel freer, you feel enlightened, you feel, more satisfied to an extent when you shift focus, because shifting focus opens you up to other blessings from the universe. Okay? That was Aquarius. Now we're going to move on to Pisces. Pisces. What's going on with Pisces? Ooh, 4 cups. I'm hearing deep reflection. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Ace of Wands. 2 of Swords. I'm going to shuffle it out because I'm being told to. Ooh, Death card. Scorpio. 5 of Pentacles. Okay. Melancholic Pisces. So what I'm hearing, 5 of Pentacles, some of four of Cups. I feel like Pisces, you have a romantic interest in front of you, but you don't feel good enough, or you don't feel on this person's level. 5 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. That's a gap. Okay. But I feel like whatever this is, these thoughts are, I'm not good enough, or I'm not on this person's level. They got this, they got that, I ain't got that. That's all in your head, right? And it's all in your head because your emotions are ruling you right now. You are one of the 3 water signs, okay? And I feel like right now your emotions have you stuck like Chuck, wondering what the fuck. Yes, this is Alex Seuss of readings, of tarot, okay? But I kind of feel like if you just try, if you made an effort, if you initiated, if you acted, you will quickly find out that I am enough. I have what it takes. You know what? I don't drive like a Mercedes AMG, but I drive, oh God, no. My angels almost said a Cybertruck. No, 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 no. Erase that. Right? I don't drive a Mercedes AMG, but you know what? I got a Jeep, right? You know, I got a nice Jeep, and you know, I do very well for myself. So Pisces, you're in your head, or excuse me, you're in your heart. And right now your heart is lying to you, telling you you're not good enough. But I feel like if you left your heart, you left your emotions, good luck, because you're a water sign. But if you could manage those emotions enough for you to look on your logical side to actually see who you are and see what you have, you'll actually see that fuck being good enough, you're kind of fucking great. Okay? So you don't have to be good enough for this Queen of Pentacles. You're good enough all by yourself. And by the way, that's Capricorn, that's Scorpio, and here's Capricorn as well. So I kind of feel like if you're a Pisces with some sort of earth sign, I feel like you're needing to ground, and grounding into who you are. You're fucking spectacular. Okay? So this projection of who they are and who you are illusions. They're not accurate. And again, I feel like you're looking through some sort of emotional filter. And because emotions are not intelligent, right? They're going to bring you down. You know what I mean? They're going to bring you down. Okay? So Pisces, I hope that helped. Last but not least, let's do a general. For everybody. What do we have for the collective? Ooh! Scorpio. Ooh! Aquarius. 9 of Swords. Something is changing, and hope is trying to be restored, but there's a lot of stress. Okay, I like that. So I have Aquarius, Taurus, Gemini, and Virgo, Aquarius, Scorpio. First off, these are very stubborn signs. Very stubborn. We got fixed. Okay? My angels they just showed me the picture of something not working, like this, my iPhone. Something not working, and you're like, why is this thing, right? The 9 of Swords represents being stressed, worried, or anxious. You know what I mean? But intellect, tradition, manifestation, hope, and transformation. You know what I mean? It's almost like you're trying to figure out why something is not working out as you have intellectually designed, right? This phone, I turned it on. It's not working. Something's not working out as it should. But I feel like it's because either angels said you have no magic. There's no magic in it, right? You know, powering it down, powering it back on. You know what I mean? But the magic is, you know what? Let me just ask the universe, you know, at some point, you know, my phone will come on. Please, universe, let my phone start working again. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of you are lacking. You're lacking your magic. Now, by the way, there's nothing wrong with my phone. I was just using it as an example. But I feel like for some of you, your hope is dead. And you've replaced it with stress. And you're trying to manifest intellectually. Well, God, I know you're busy. If you have a 2 o'clock, you can pencil me in, and we could talk about, you know, getting these manifestations, you know, planned out. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. So my angels are saying, in short, some of you are taking a very logical and intellectual approach towards universal magic. It does not work, right? There is the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. That's almost like you saying you are trying to make water fly. Yeah, I'll say it again. You're trying to make water fly, right? And you'll say to yourself, well, water evaporates when it is the process of condensation. And the universe is saying to you, hello, That all happens naturally and organically, right? You can probably force condensation by boiling water and creating steam, and right? But the universe is like, whatever this is in your life, whatever experience this is that you have going on, you can't force it. I don't know who, what, why, where, when, how somebody is trying to force something with their intellectual mind, with what they know. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You're needing the magic and the hope of the universe. Universe, please let my phone start working correctly when it should. That's really the bulk of your power. That's really how you're going to get this to work, or get yourself out of this situation, or kind of quote unquote move things along. Okay. That was a very specific message. We have 4 major arcana out of the 6 cards here on the table. So I kind of feel like, you know, the 2 cards that are not major arcanas are sword cards. Swords in the Tower represent information and communication. If you're stressed out, there's an intellectual approach to your stress, but it's not working. So if the intellectual approach is not working, we're saying to you, try the cosmic approach. The Hierophant does represent prayer, right? The Hierophant is a priest, minister, bishop, you know, imam, rabbi, you know what I mean? So when everything else is failing, pray about it. All right, collective, I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. If anything in this reading resonate, don't forget to like, share, subscribe for future videos. As you could tell, they're kind of really, I don't know, it's probably because it's later at night and I'm just a little tired, but they kind of be very strenuous to read 13, you know, different energies in 45 minutes. Anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.